Business lounge is arranged for any businessman who wants to come. As long as your immediate enemy that we are dealing with now is MKP. We don't want to see anything that has got to do with that.
Julius Malema has spoken, and his message is loud and clear. If you think I'm a dictator, leave. This fiery statement comes amidst a political storm that has rocked the EFF, with senior members exiting and new rivalries emerging. But is this defiance a show of strength or a sign of a party in crisis?
My divisive leadership is what I've been accused of, dictatorship and all of that, since my time in the Youth League. And you still join a party of a person who is a dictator. Why did you join it in the first place? Just stay home. Why do you join divisive, decisive party? You came knowing that the president of the EFF is divisive. Why did you join? We made this call that people should join, and they did so voluntarily. You joined a party, you didn't know that the leader was divisive, and then you come here and say the leader is divisive. You joined voluntarily. If you are not happy with the leadership, the door is open. You can leave now. So we are not going to be made sheepish and undecisive because we want to please a non-existing narrative that we are divisive. How can you build such a big organization, not only in the country and in continental and in the diaspora, if you have a divisive leadership? Why would you bring so many people in the stadiums, pegging stadiums, successful events of the EFF, if you are divisive? Because the consequence of divisive leadership is that nothing succeeds out of divisive leadership. This organization is a success. It's the biggest organization that is black owned. It's owned by its own people, its own members. No any organization can claim that. It does not receive any sponsorship from white people. If anything, it is white people who want it to die. But it keeps on going irrespective of how they feel about it. So if you think we have a divisive leadership, it's not our baby. It's your baby to feed Malta Bella.
Welcome to Inkarhi Its Time, where we dissect the key moments shaping South African politics. I'm your host, Kondos. Today we're breaking down Julius Malema's unapologetic remarks about his leadership, the defections shaking the EFF, and his swipes at both the media and political rivals. Is Malema's tough stance sustainable, or is it further isolating him and his party? Let's find out. On Monday 25, during a media walkabout at Nasrec, Julius Malema didn't hold back. Addressing critics within his party, he asked a pointed question. Why join a party led by a so-called dictator? It's a statement that underscores Malema's long-standing reputation for being controversial, but also uncompromising. He went on to say, if you want to leave, the door is open. We are not begging anyone. These words come as the EFF faces significant internal challenges. Senior leaders like Floyd, Shivambu, and advocate Dali Mpofu have already left to join the newly formed MKP. And rumors swirl that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi might be next. Malema dismissed this speculation as shibin gossip and accused the media of stirring unnecessary drama.
I don't know what you want me to answer on Ndlozi, because I never said anything about Ndlozi. So do not bring your shebin gossip to me and want me to glorify some toilet discussion. I'm not part of that. EFF has never said anything. If we've got anything to tell you, we'll communicate it. So when you gossip at Kitchener's in Ramfontein, and then after gossiping at Kitchener's, you want us to be part of Kitchener's discussions, don't involve us in any of those things. We don't know what you're talking about.
But let's take a step back. Why is the EFF losing key figures at such a critical time? Malema blames infiltration, betrayal, and what he calls a desire for positions in a government of national unity. He alleges that some of these informal leaders, like Shivambu, prioritize personal gain over party principles, accusing them of pressurizing him to align with the ANC and compromise the EFF stance on anti-racism and land reform. Now, while Malema's defiance might resonate with his loyalists, it raises bigger questions about the future of the EFF. Can a leader maintain unity through such an aggressive approach, or does this signal a deeper fragmentation within the party? Julius Malema didn't stop at internal matters. He took aim at Jacob Zuma and the MKP, calling Zuma corrupt, while doubling down on his party stance against both Zuma and Cyril Ramaphosa. Interestingly, he added that while he's on good terms with Zuma, that doesn't mean I must agree with him. It's a curious relationship, one of both respect and confrontation, depending on the moment.
President Zuma is corrupt. And it's not me. The public protector found him to be wrong. He rejected that. We took him to court. That's why he had to pay some monies back in relation to Nkandla. So what more do you want? What is misleading about that? Because it was not only me. The public protector came to the conclusion that there were wrongdoings in Nkandla. The Constitutional Court said yes, he must pay back the money. And we were singing in Parliament that he must pay back the money. But it doesn't mean I've got anything against him personally. I'm dealing with issues of principle. And if it means telling them to your wife when she's wrong or your husband, I'll also do the same thing. So we are marching there. Why? We are highlighting the corruption of President Cyril Ramaphosa and the corruption of the ANC. And we will never stop highlighting how corrupt and ANC is and President Ramaphosa, and that doesn't clean President Zuma. I've never said I have any problem with President Zuma. Even tomorrow or any other day I can go and have tea with him. But I don't agree with him. And I don't agree with him not only from this microphone point of view. I tell him 4 eyes that I don't agree. I'm that type of a leader. My problem in South African politics is that I'm not a pushover. No one can push me around. Not white monopoly capital, not a white person, not so much powerful leader can push me around. And I'm hated for that. That no one can push me over.
Further fueling speculation of internal discord, Malema acknowledged the EFF's poor performance in KwaZulu-Natal during the May elections. He attributed this to strategic missteps and even implied betrayal from within. He pointed fingers at leaders who, in his words, were divorced from reality and complicit in the party's challenges in the province.
To show you that there was something wrong that the deputy president was doing with other colleagues in KZN. Everything that was reported to us was extremely perfect. So they mastered the mechanism to meet the requirements, even if those things do not exist. There was a point where we wanted people to the stadium, to Moses Mabhida Stadium, and the numbers we received were extremely more than the numbers we received for votes. And that on its own just told us there's something wrong here. And then we did not intervene after. We intervened before. Unfortunately, we were very late. And that's why after we intervened, the SG was able to pull a mother of all matches before the elections in eThekwini.
Malema's leadership style has always been polarizing. His willingness to call out defectors, reject compromises, and maintain an iron grip on the EFFs may appeal to some, but it's also driving others away. The real question is, can the EFF survive this level of internal upheaval, or is this the beginning of the end for one of South Africa's most dynamic political movements?
That such someone from a poor background, so poor family and so poor everything, who is he to think he can defy us? But that's me and that's my nature. I don't care. I stick to principle. No one can push me over. Not in a marriage, not in my family, not in politics, not in the social circle. I'm no pushover. I'm not a pushover. And I'm not going to allow anyone to push me over because we've got some relationship. If my wife can't push me over, why would President Zuma push me over? For what? What will I be begging from him? Which I did not beg from him when I was in the Youth League, when I was in the ANC. So it can't be that because we're being civil with President Zuma, therefore, when you are civil with him, you can't disagree with him. You must allow him to push you around, not me.
I want to hear from you. What do you think of Malema's comments? Is he securing his party's future by demanding loyalty, or is he alienating potential allies and supporters? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to Inkarhi Its Time for more thought-provoking discussion on South African politics. Together, let's stay informed and engaged. Thank you for tuning in to Inkarhi Its Time. As always, stay safe, stay curious, and let's keep holding our leaders accountable. Until next time, take care.